coach, let's get to the board and let's see what there is to break down.
We've seen him play better since Thomas Partey got reinstated into the team.
You mean he has been unlocked?
Unlocked. Go and express yourself better. Look, so we are going to look at the Arsenal game and tactically analyze how they went about their business. I just want to say that first goal, that penalty, was too harsh.
Said the same thing.
It shouldn't have been given. And I will prove why it shouldn't have been given. You may want to argue that Havertz was a bit smart, but I didn't see that as smartness. I saw that as cheating.
In that sense, he probably should have been booked because he was literally trying to sell the penalty to the referee.
And again, for the people that sit behind those cameras in the so-called VAR room, I don't know what they watch.
I was shocked.
And we all tend to be marveled at times. That's it. Now watch that again. Good. At that moment, we all thought it was a penalty. But watch him drag.
His trailing foot.
His trailing foot, which was the left one. Once he got the first touch, he didn't see the goalkeeper coming. But once he got the first touch, this is the cheating. Look at that. He drags his leg just to make sure that it makes contact with that of the goalkeeper. And clearly VAR should have seen that. Because when the goalkeeper went down, his foot was already down, not impeding Havertz in any way. He could have jumped over him. But for the fact that you could see him dragging his left foot, just to come into contact. That is cheating.
And what I found shocking too was that you realize from the first touch he takes that the angle he goes, he almost takes
the ball away from goal.
And the angle is almost impossible.
Yeah, and even the touch was a heavy one. Eventually went out for a goal kick. As to how it was recorded. And those sitting in the VAR room didn't see the man dragging his left foot just to make contact at all costs, by all means. With that of the goalkeeper, it was shocking to me. So in my view, and I've had some good Arsenal supporters.
Wright says that was no penalty.
That was no penalty.
And he's as honest as they come as far as Arsenal fans are concerned.
That wasn't a penalty. Now let's go to the Trossard goal. I think Arsenal at this stage needed a cushion. They needed that second goal to calm down their neck because Bournemouth themselves were not that bad on the day. They were very much involved in whatever was going on. Now, this speaks about the all-round play. You see, what makes this Arsenal team so beautiful is the off-the-ball movement. I'll get this to come back a bit, and then when you roll it, watch. Let me stop it here. Look at the movement of Havertz. Take about 2 or 3 Bournemouth defenders with him. That is what you get. One of the key to getting your team to be very flamboyant and very fluid is the off-the-ball movement of the entire playing body. So once he moves, watch him. He goes, look at him. All of them, the 3 of them, he takes them out, and then Declan Rice knew that Trossard was behind him. So the moment he intercepted the ball, just a dink back to him. And what did Trossard do? He actually placed the ball back to where it was coming. Because you could clearly see the goalkeeper moving, following the trajectory of the ball, and then bang on his blind side. And the next goal is the one I describe as world class. Edwin, I was telling you off air that is
the Havertz goal.
No,
the Rice goal. Oh yes, that was
goodness me, that was a brilliant finish. And again, it highlights the importance of the off-the-ball movement. You see something amazing here. This is our Ghanaian boy, Thomas Partey. This is Partey here. This is Thomas. Thomas has the ball. Without thinking through it, he sees the gap. And there is Odegaard. And there is what? Gabriel Jesus. So come on, guys. Go do your thing. So Partey let go of the ball and Odegaard that. Now, as at this stage, everybody pause here. Declan Rice, the goal scorer, is not in the picture. That is the beauty of this goal, in my view.
So you have Jesus, Odegaard in the mix.
Look at the number of Bournemouth players there. As many as 6. At this point, they were in total control. No problem whatsoever. Now, Declan Rice, because he's that intelligent, you don't pay £100 million for a player who is not intelligent. Because he's not, he could clearly see that Arsenal were lacking in numbers. So he needed to join. Now, the centre backs, the defensive midfielders that you see there, nobody expected him to be there. So when he started coming, nobody saw him come. Watch. He will soon get in the screen. There he goes. He's coming. Pause there. This is Declan Rice.
And he literally, and I love that point you're making. Look at the 3 Bournemouth players. They're all
looking at what nobody's watching. Nobody sees him
on
coming.
the blind side of everybody.
Nobody suspects him to be there at any moment. But again, this is what Thomas Partey brings to you. In previous games, if it is Jorginho he was playing with, he wouldn't see the need to go. Because the defensive qualities of Jorginho is a bit suspect.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey, I'm sure there was some form of communication from Partey. Go, Rice, go. And I'm sure for him to have joined the
attack the way he did. Yep.
Maybe Mikel Arteta or somebody would have screamed at him. You have to be part of the attacking team. And then and the beauty of it is that once he went, look at him, you could see him pointing to where he wanted the ball to be. Look at his left hand there. He's pointing to the space. So if Gabriel Jesus or I think that was Saka, if he could, that was Jesus. Once he sees the movement, all he was also trying to is to wait for the better option to give him the better.
But this is some shocking defending for me. Yes. Because again, look at how many AFC Bournemouth players.
1, 2, 3, 4. All of them there are focused on the game. I think the player who could have seen it was this one. He should have seen Declan Rice go. But again, his trajectory is here towards the ball. So he's not focused on Declan Rice attacking the space.
Yep.
Now, once Rice points to where he wants the pass to go, once the pass was a bit successful, he goes and then look at the first touch.
Man.
The first touch virtually drags the ball into his path. And then he knew that at that stage, if he can hit it hard, he puts the ball in the back.
From that angle, he didn't go near post, he went far post.
Look, this in my view, maybe the Callum Hudson-Odoi first goal that he scored for Sheffield could battle this as to the goal of the round. But if I'm going to vote from the technical and tactical perspective,
from the run made,
the awareness to see that, look, we need numbers, I need to arrive. And the way he didn't present himself. He ran through, cut off the
stayed on their blind
side all day until the pass came. So by the time the centre-back could see him, he had received the ball and banged into the back of the net. This is proper footballing tactics. This is proper football awareness. And I believe that Arsenal, with all these good works, look, if they don't win the league,
that Aston Villa game will definitely come back to haunt them. Edwin, how do you feel about the Arsenal situation as it stands now?
Look, I think they've put themselves in a very good position. All they had to do, all they can do, is win every single game that's put before them. Because it's not in their hands, it's in City's hands. But they need to put pressure on City. And these kinds of performances are what puts pressure on City. Coach talked about Declan Rice for this goal, but that sort of movement was there throughout the game. Every single moment in the game, he was moving through the gears, trying to find spaces in the Bournemouth box, and they couldn't deal with that sort of movement. Havertz moving out, Odegaard moving out, and Declan Rice occupying the space because he'd been given the freedom to do so with the presence of Thomas Partey. That being said, we need to go back to the decisions in the game. First, the Havertz penalty. No, not a penalty in my opinion.
Not at all.
The Bournemouth goal that was disallowed, that should have been given.
I forgot.
It's just like the Chelsea goal that was disallowed against Aston Villa. It's the same situation. Shouldn't have been disallowed. But then Arsenal probably should have been playing against 10 men because Christie for Bournemouth should have been sent off for a tackle on Saka. So again, decisions by the officials interfering in the games. This time, it didn't cost Arsenal because they were the better team. They deserved the win. But in another game, those decisions could have been costly for one team or the other. So that's one thing that needs to be sorted out.
Arsenal Football Club, like I'm saying, I'm sure some of you need to go out there to the mountainside, to a special grove, pray, fast.
Don't do that.
Oh no, but that's how. No, but that's the situation.
Don't do that.
No, that's the situation at hand. You need to go to some quiet grotto somewhere and pray, because at this point, Manchester City. And you and I talked about this. Man City playing 1 week in 7 days is problematic for everybody. It's problematic.
If after all that and you don't win to,
and I look at the teams they have to play. Right, look at Spurs.
They're in 6s and 7s.
Look at West Ham United.
Don't beat them good.
I promise you, Manchester City will put about 8 goals past West Ham in the current state in which they are in. the West Ham players are already in Cancun and
are
Fiji,
the
and
Bahamas.
they are on holiday in their
Yeah,
minds,
they are
and so that game is going to be a bloodbath. Arsenal, like I'm saying, you never know. Spirituality, prayers work. Anyway.